seat? Let's just take up the seats. Thanks, Dan. Hi, sorry. Dan's coming too, though. Yeah.
Oh man,
Let's
I've
just.
never seen this out before.
Yeah, awesome, isn't it? Come to the front.
I hope nobody recognizes me.
Well, nobody knows us.
Do I use something else that nobody ever seen before? Why not? Everybody can get it.
All right, we're live now.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our sprint review for mobile app, Sprint Review 5. Also, welcome to persons viewing live. Thank you again for your feedback from our last sprint. For those who don't know me, my name is Stacey Ann Heston. I am PPO for the Mobile App Lab. Now, just to review what we did in the last sprint, we did the backend story for the view loan details. We also did the functional story for view loan details and the breakdown for savings and checking balance. Now, in terms of the feedback that we received, what was liked, love that the loan shows the end date and the date format is clear. Also, the information was displayed in a simple and clean manner. Loving the simple design, and also they think that we as a team are on the right track. The concerns, they wanted the question mark to be displayed, for example, where the lien loan is. Some persons did not know what a lien was, so they wanted us to have a question sign to explain what is the meaning of a lien. Readability. Some persons thought that the cards were too big, so they wanted the font to be smaller. That is something that we can address based on the feedback that we receive when we do our pilot. Also, in terms of the information that is shown for the loan, they wanted us to add the interest that is due for the loan and also to show the type of loan. For example, if it's a auto loan or mortgage or unsecured loan. Now, in terms of other contributors to what we did, the work that was done for this week, these are our technical tasks. I will now hand over to Orrin Edwards, who is one of our software developers, who will just give a brief description of the technical tasks that were done this week.
Hi everyone. So technical tasks are pieces of functionality which can't really be classified as a story. This is because independently they do not add any additional value, but when coupled with the rest of what was done, it makes sense. This week we achieved 6 technical tasks. One not shown here. The first one was to protect the, to capture the source of login. So this basically means that with the rest of the labs also using this logging endpoint, we want to differentiate the request that we make from everyone else. This helps troubleshooting and auditing in the future. We protected the login API endpoint. So currently all other API endpoints are protected using a JWT, but the login is open. This means that an unscrupulous person could iterate through and continuously check to see if anything returns a successful response. Next, we optimized the performance of the account summary page. It was a little bit on the sluggish side, and we tuned it up a bit. The next one we did was extract some older web services for Amelia from the eBank WS project. This is simply because from an IT standpoint, Amelia is handled completely different and requires different permissions from what we would require. And that means different review processes from IT. So it made sense for us to have our independent track of that project. Because we plan to release a security update for the core APIs, we sensitized Labs 1 and Labs 2 with this incoming change so they can have time to prepare and plan for it. And one that just came in and isn't on this board is we got our production server set up. So we got staging done, and we tested it to make sure everything works as we expected. And now we're moving into the production setup process. Thank you.
Thank you, Aureen. Now we will be going into the stories or the demonstrations that we'll be doing this week. We'll just go through them, and then we'll have the developers go through them one by one. So we'll be featuring the app icon. This is the icon that, for the persons who will be testing it through AirWatch, which is an application that is used on the corporate phones. So for this particular pilot, it will be for staff who currently have a business phone. We'll then go into the terms and conditions. This is what the user will see when they first log in. Move on to feedback. This particular feature is very important because this is what I will use to prioritize and to get, as it says, feedback in with regard to how you feel about the different features of the app. And we'll do logout. The user will be able to exit. So first we will start with Chad, who will be showing us the icon as well as the feedback.
Thank you, Stacy. All right. So I'm just going to bring up the application on the screen. And while that loads, essentially, so the first story that I'll be discussing was relating to just the application icon itself. So as you can see right here, this is our mobile app icon, very well designed. And going to move on to discussing the actual feedback. So this is very important, as Stacey had mentioned earlier, because this allows us to just gather information about the different pages and any concerns or, areas for improvement, just like how you see here. We'll be able to capture that digitally, then use that when we're in future sprints. So it wasn't on the splash screen page originally because we didn't think it necessary to collect feedback on that, but it's on every other page. So here we have the login page right here, and if you tap the icon, you'll see two options to send us feedback. You can send it via email or via WhatsApp. I'll just try WhatsApp first. Taking a little time. WhatsApp. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not certain if it's an internet issue or not. All right, I will go back to, I'm not sure what's going on here. If it's, oh, okay, it loaded. All right, great. So let's send a message. Great. App. And as our quick internet here is showing, it's probably taking a little bit time to send. And it hasn't been received. Yes, so this is our other test device right here, which should be receiving it as well, but there, it's finally sent. Woo! Fantastic. And you can, if you wish, you can also share via email as well. So if you want to send an email here, I don't think I'll go through the process of sending an email as well. Yeah, so whatever email you have configured right here, it'll populate the fields. It'll populate the fields and show you the different, these are already populated so that you can provide us with accurate feedback and give us a subject so that we can sort through that and know what is being discussed. So yes, I'll hand over to Jace and he'll discuss his stories, which is, yeah.
Am I by the phone? Okay, all right, good. Awesome. All right, good afternoon, everybody. So I'll be going through the terms and condition page, which is new to this sprint. I'll ask chat to log in. Sure. Appreciate it. So So while Chad logs in, let me explain how this works. So the terms and condition page is what's presented to a user the very first time they enter the app. So this page, you only accept or decline once. Once you accept once, you will never see it again once the app is installed. If you decide to uninstall the app, then you'd have to accept or decline again. But once you accept, you're good to go. So we try to make this really simple and user-friendly so that you don't feel overwhelmed. So what you see once we log in, yeah, is a really short amount of text. But we know that people don't really like reading terms and conditions that much. So we have this nifty button here. And if you click it, it takes you all the way down to the bottom, where you can then accept or decline. So before we accept or decline, though, we'd want to show you the links. So the links are what links to the very full terms and condition. But this is sufficient for the app. So if you click it, you'll be taken to So if you click it, you'll be taken to the very full terms and condition, which you can peruse at your own accord. You can go back. Right, so after you've read through all of that, or just swiped all the way down to the bottom, then we can accept or decline. Decline logs you all the way out, and you'll have to log in again. So this is so that if in the future you decide that you want to, accept this lovely app and go in, you can do that. So you have an option. You're not forced out forever. We wait. Right. So let's just press that button and accept. Right. So accept, you go in normally. All right, log out now. Mm-hmm.
I will get to the logout soon.
So see the same username. Oh, also I should note, if multiple users sign into this phone, they will have to accept their own terms and agreement. So Stanigar signing in won't prevent Pollyanna from also accepting hers. Right. So we go through without having to do this all over again. Yeah. And that's the terms and condition page. Thank you.
Thank you, Jace. Just a note, if you notice the feedback option is on every page, please, please, please utilize the feedback. It's utmost important. So we'll now move on to Omri, who will discuss our logout feature.
Thank you. All right, good afternoon, everybody. So with regards to logout feature this sprint, we introduced the navigation bar for the application, where we decided that it would be a very good idea to show some branding in the top for the navigation. And simple logout, one very important thing to note is that in the future, based on design changes, this might be in the next section of the app where there might be a hamburger menu or whatever. So for this time, we have it in the navigation bar, right? So now when you click logout, right, this toggles a modal and then it gives you the option to cancel or log out. So when you click cancel, you stay in the app and you can do anything you feel like. And you click log out again, and you cannot click anything behind here. Right? So now when you click log out, right, it clears all the states. Basically, it clears everything in the phone and then resets everything. So that's log out.
Okay, thank you. Now we go back to the presentation. Yes. Next. Okay, so now we're looking at the burn-up chart, and the burn-up chart basically shows the work that has been done and the work that is left to be done. As you can see, we did some deprioritizing, and the scope is now at 56. And each week I explain the story points, and I'll explain again. What the story point is the size of the story, and we take into account the complexity, the effort, and any kind of unknown. Now, for this sprint, we have gone up to 44 story points. So that means we have 12 points in order to achieve our target at 56. Now, just to put it into some context, for all those who have not been to all the other sprints, this is 5 weeks. And in 5 weeks, we are able to log in, log out, check your balances, get your transactions, read your terms and conditions, show your password. What else? Am I missing anything to you? Feedback. 5 weeks. I think this is an awesome job. I think the guys deserve some applause for that. And for sprint 6, we'll be doing the timeout user session. We'll doing error handling. And error handling is, for example, if the server goes down, if you have no internet, messages like those, and the loading screen animation. And that's it. Any questions?
Any questions? Yeah, sure.
Hello.
Okay, good day. In terms of auto log out, after, say, I leave the app idle, how long does it take before it logs me out?
That is something that we're going to address, the timeout user session. Ideally, we're thinking about 4 or 5 minutes.
4 or 5 minutes, okay.
Please remember to utilize your post-its with your feedback. We have our board here, things that you like, things that you have some concerns about, and things that we can work on.
One more thing.
Sure.
Yes. I know we don't save the password, but save the username. Is that a feature that we have planned shortly?
Yes, that's a feature that we actually have in the backlog.
Write it on a sticky, right? Like, just keep it.
Huh? Yeah, I mean, I don't like typing my username.
Oh, ensure that you tune in for the next sprint, because next sprint will be our last sprint for the year, our last demonstration for the year. So on that demo, we'll be featuring all the stories that we would have done from sprint 1 to 6. So that should be a little bit more exciting. No other questions? Simone, any question? Yes? Could you give her the mic?
Send it over for
me. Just a quick question. Is there a reason that we didn't put the login on the splash screen?
There is a login on the splash screen.
Yeah, but when you click login, it takes you to a login screen, right? As opposed to just logging you in from the splash screen?
Well, there'll be other options on that page.
Okay.
So on that page, we'll have for registering for the first time, we'll have the RSA.
Okay.
So there are other features that will be posted on that page.
All right,
so
cool.
it won't just be for logging.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Wow, lots of questions.
So let's say I've not downloaded the app on my phone, but Nadine downloads the app on her phone. Can I use my username and password to log into the app on Nadine's phone?
Yes.
All right, we'll have a conversation off here.
No, how is it a trick question? Huh? RSA? No. No, but we'll be tackling RSA in the next MTP. Yeah. Yes. Any other questions? Yes. Okay, so remember all your feedback, please. Utilize the post-its, utilize this board. Thank you so much for being here. Same time, same place next week. Remember, next week we do a recap of all the stories that we have done, so we look forward. And also, I'll be sending invites to specific persons about testing. Please accept. So, if there's nothing else, see you next week.